Okay, so we get the Roman numerals from the major scale. And we can figure out the root notes by starting on any note on the sixth string. So this is a G. And counting up 1, skip a fret to 2, skip a fret to 3. Same thing on the fifth string. 4, skip a fret to 5, skip a fret to 6. You can keep going, skipping frets to 7, but we're going to get the 7 1 fret below 1. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. If we have a Roman numeral 6 with a minor sign, we're going to go up to the number 6, which is on the fifth string, and play the root 5 minor. That's this shape, the A minor looking shape. Cool. This is the root 5 minor shape. Wherever you put that shape, it's minor, and the root note in this shape is on the fifth string. So whenever you're trying to find a chord with the root note on the fifth string and it's minor, use that shape. For a major 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, count up to 4. So the third fret here on the fifth string, it's on the fifth string. Use this shape for major. 3, 5, 5, 5, and 3. That's the root 5 major shape. Wherever you put that chord, it's a major chord. The root note just changes. So here it's a C major, here it's a D major, here it's an E major. So C sounds the same as C. D major sounds the same as D. Okay, now we're going to go to 1. 1, and we're going to make a major chord. The 1 is on the sixth string, so we use the root 6 major shape. It's 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, and 3. That's the root 6 major shape. It's a major chord wherever you put it. The root note changes depending on where you put your finger. Here, this note is a G. It's on the sixth string, so we use this root 6 major shape to make a G major chord. Put that up here, it's a C major chord because this note is C and it's still major. That sounds the same as that chord. It sounds the same as that chord. If we put it on a D, 10th fret, that's a major. D major sounds the same as this D major and this D major. Cool. So the last chord we're going to do is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the fifth fret on the fifth string. We want a major chord, so it's a root 5 major shape. That's on the fifth string, so we use the major chord for the fifth string. So we have a root 6 minor, root 4 major, root 1 major, and root 5 major. So those chords all have names. The root 6 is on the number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Roman numeral 6, is on an E note. That's the 7th fret on the fifth string. That's a minor chord, so E minor, which is also able to be done down here, E minor. Root 6 minor chord looks like that. Fourth chord is a C major, which we can also play like this. 1 is a G major, which we can also play like this. And then 5 is a D, fifth string, fifth fret is a D major, so you can play like this. So E minor, C, G, and D can be played like that. Could also be played using 6, 4, 1, 5. Or additionally, you could play it up here, starting 6, E minor, 6 minor. 4 is a C, right? So we can find this C up here and make it there. 1 is a G. There's a G up on the fifth string at the 10th fret. Make it major. That's the same chord as you had down here. G major, different voicing, different octaves, but still a G major chord, all the same notes. And then the 5 chord is a D. We could find another D up here and make it major. So instead of D major on the fifth string, we could do D major on the sixth string. So we have. So now we've got 3 different ways to play that chord progression. The original, minor 6, major 4, major 1, major 5, which is called E minor, C major, G major, D major. So we can play it down here. E minor open, C major open, G major open, D major open. Or we can do it up here, E minor where we did the first one, minor 6 chord, C major on the 6th string, 8th fret, major, G major, 5th string, 10th fret, major, root 5, and D major, 10th fret on the 6th string, major for major, root 6 major. So we have. Or down here. gist of the chord theory is that everything comes from a major scale. And we take the alternate notes of the major scale. So the 1 chord is 1, skip the 2, 3, skip the 4, and 5. 1, 3, 5. We keep doing that. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, through all the octaves, and you get that chord. 2 is a minor chord. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2. It's a minor chord. 3 minor is a minor chord. 4 is a major chord. 5 is a major chord. 6 is a minor chord. So those chords we're playing come from the notes of a single major scale. So when you play the chords and you look at the notes that you're playing, like when we play the 6, I'm playing fret 7, 8, 9, 9, 7. I play the 5, I'm playing frets 5, 7, 7, 7, 5. 4 is 3, 5, 5, 5, 3. And 1 is 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 3. Look at those individual notes and play them as a scale on each string. There's a 7, there's a 5, there's a 3. I get the scale 7, 5, 3 in that first finger. On the second string, same thing. I've got an 8, a 7, a 5, and a 3. So I get a scale. And then same thing on the next string. So I get this scale. I can take out some of those duplicates, like that's the same note. And then this is a duplicate of this. This is this, and it's the same there. So we get a scale. If I keep going, I'm going to get all the notes in each of those chords, put them all together as a single scale, take all those notes individually on each string and make a scale. I get a major scale. I get the major scale that they came from. So that little scale is the stuff that we're going to use to make melodies over that chord progression. So if I hit a little chord on 6 and I play some of that scale, I hit a 4, hit a 1, I hit a 5, all I'm doing is playing in between hitting each chord. I'm playing a little bit of this little scale that the chords came from. So visualizing, what we're trying to do is visualize the notes that are in each scale on each, or in each chord on each string, to form a scale. Until you get the full scale. Cool. Those are the notes that we're going to apply things like sequences, or bends, or motives. Or pedal tones. And then, you can do this with any of the notes in the scale. Take any note and make it a pedal tone, and we go back and forth between that note and another note in the scale. So the idea is we're going to take all those technical things, but first you have to be able to find the scales. If we do that down here, E minor, G, D, and C. I have a G, 3rd fret, D, 2nd fret, C, open, D, 3rd fret, C, 1st fret, E minor, D, 2nd fret, E minor, or G, or C, open there. So we get the scale. Take each of the notes on each of the strings from each of those chords, and you get the scale that it came from. There's that same do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do scale that we had up here. Cool. And if we do the same thing up here, we play those same chords here, you're going to see these notes. Same scale. If you play each of the notes that are in each of those chords on each of the strings, spread them out so that they're individually one on each string, you're going to get this scale. That is the major scale. Go there and you're going to get that same major scale wherever you play those chords. Now we've got a scale down here, taken from these chords, a scale here, and then we've got a scale up here. And you can go all over the fretboard, play those chords, and do fills using the scale notes. So when you're playing just a simple chord progression like that, E minor, C, G, D, you get this entire layout of chords with all the scale notes that connect them to make melodies. And that's the gist of how all of music works. When you're learning tunes, you're going to be learning what other people have done with those same chords and the scales that connect them. And when you hear a tune you like, you want to know what the chord progression is, what the numbers are, and what the scales and all the little melodic devices were that created that sound. That's it. That's really the heart of where music comes from, what to practice to get better at making music.